Welcome to Hippie Mágica, the channel of self-love, magic, and manifestation. So this video is dedicated to all those people who are asking questions about the prayer of Hooponopono. I've been receiving a lot of comments on how to use it, to whom should you be saying the prayer to. So I'm just gonna answer all those questions in this video for you. So this is question number 1 from Anton Novo. He asked, hi, do you still use Hooponopono? If you do, any new successes with it? Thanks. Well, yes. Oh my gosh. I use it all the time, and I always have success stories. But I'm going to share with you very quickly my most biggest success story during my van life that I used the Hooponopono with. And this was back in Bulgaria. So I don't know if you've seen blog number 5, no, Romania, Bulgaria. So I didn't talk about it in that blog, but I'm going to talk a little bit about it here. So what happened? So we bought our home, our tiny home on wheels in Romania. So we drove all the way from Spain to Romania to pick it up. And then the plan was to go from Romania, and we weren't even gonna go to Bulgaria. It's just this friend that the guy that sold us a tiny home, which became a friend, he told us that we should go to Bulgaria because it's a beautiful country, has beautiful nature. But we were gonna go straight to like Turkey or Greece. Like we were just gonna go straight to those countries and we were gonna skip Bulgaria, right? But we were told to go. So we did. We were gonna stay like only 3 days. We ended up staying 3 weeks. 3 long ass weeks. They felt very long because I didn't like the country. I didn't like the people. I mean, I love being in new countries. I love meeting new people, right? But if I don't connect, if I don't vibe with the culture, then I leave, right? But there, I did not have the option to leave. We had to stay, which felt for a long time because we wanted to leave. But what happened was, so we have this tiny home, as you've seen in the blogs, that like gets removed from the actual car, right? So it separates. And the way it separates is by lowering the legs on the 4 corners, and they get moved down electronically by clicking a button. So what happened is that one of the first day in Bulgaria, there was this huge thunderstorm, super windy, like everything got wet, right? Everything. And so the electrical wires that connected to the remote control got wet and it stopped working. Oh my gosh. And the only way to buy another one was to buy it from USA, and that was going to take like 2 or 3 weeks to deliver. So it was like this hassle. And while we waited, which was another like, it's like no one wanted to help us. Like in Bulgaria, I just experienced so much people not wanting to help. So this was part of my Hooponopono story. So my pain was that no one wanted to help. No one had empathy. No one had compassion. I experienced this. Well, there was one day that was like my peak, where like we went to this beautiful Besen, beautiful town that it's in my blog number 5, and it was gorgeous, magical. But then there was this one lady who was so mean, so rude, so racist, and I don't know how to read Russian. I don't know how to read Bulgarian, but I wanted to go to the restroom, and I saw like the sign, right? Like WC, which means toilet, right? And I went and I used it because I had to go. And then I got out, and she's like, €1 or 1 Bulgarian, no, 1 leva. And I'm like, I don't have any. Like, I just don't carry cash. I never do. I still don't, and I should. But like, maybe I carry some euros, but not levas, which is the coin of Bulgaria. I'm like, I don't have any. Like, I didn't even know I had to pay. If not, I would have like gone to the cashier or bought something, but I didn't have any. And she was angry. She's like, 1 leva, which is like nothing, like €1. And my partner like started to see that we were like, I don't know, that she was being weird. So then he was like, what's the problem? And she was like, 1 leva. And then my partner was like, can you see, like, she needed to go, like, you know, that, like, let it go, you know, if I don't have it, I truly don't have it. And she was like, um go away, and I don't know, she just said mean things, and that triggered a lot in me because I came from, you know, USA, the most racist country that I lived in my entire life. I know there's other racist countries, I know, because I've been told, but I've only lived in USA, where I experienced so much racism and hate towards my skin color, towards my accent, towards my background, my ethnicity, Mexican, right? So that woman, special, well, like throughout Bulgaria, I did feel like kind of trapped, kind of like I'm not being helped, I'm not being welcomed, you know, I just felt unwelcome. But she like just made like the volcano erupt in me, and I felt so, like, I haven't felt like this in, like, since I left USA. So in like 4 years, I haven't felt like this at all. Like, I haven't felt racism. I haven't felt that people look at me because of my skin color. I haven't felt like that I'm different until that day that she treated me that way. And I cried the whole night, and I cried, and I felt so unworthy, so low, so like insignificant, so insignificant. So I did the Hooponopono, like all night, and I did it to her. So this is kind of answering the other questions. I did it to her. 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 I did. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. And I love you. And I heard it so much to say it. And then I just remember, and then all these images started to come through my head. USA, white, nasty people, white, ignorant people, white, stupid people, white people who just like, it's like they don't know, how to have compassion and connection to others. They only see your skin color, like they don't know how to see past the surface, right? So I just, this hatred that I guess had repressed in me for so long, which I had been healing, but like there, like I guess the rest of it came out. I just did the Hooponopono all night. Like that night was one of the saddest nights in Europe for me, in Europe, since I've been living here and traveling here. And I did it, and I did it, and I went deep to the core, and I cried, and I just said, I love you, and I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, because I know this is all part of me, even though it's something that I don't like. She's part of me, USA is part of me. I'm the dark, I'm the light. And then after that day, I think that was like the second week of Bulgaria, or maybe 2.5 weeks. It was like close to the third week. It's like everything started to change. Everything. We finally freaking received the new controller for the legs. Things were actually starting to move. Before, nothing worked. Nothing worked. People didn't work. People were like, I don't speak English. No, like no help from anyone in that country. We were like in a desert. I mean, we were still like in a beautiful camping next to the ocean, but like just the people made the environment like a prison. Like there's no creativity, there's no light, there's no, I don't know, like I didn't feel like home. I didn't feel like I belonged. But after I did that Ho'oponopono that night, all night, then the next day everything started to shift, and I started to think big, and I started to ask for what I want, and I started to just be in alignment, and I started to just see hope, and I started to see light. But before that, I'm like, we were waiting for the remote control, we were waiting for things to like move again, but nothing was moving, right? And so long story short, within a week of that, or maybe less than a week, maybe 5 days, we were already on our way to Greece. And that was my biggest manifestation, because we could have been there for another month, we could have been there for 2 months, I don't know, but like this tiny home, cabin, wasn't going to move. It was gonna stay there. And we could have moved it like manually, but like it was actually very hard. Like it was like we could only do it once. So it's like if we did it once, we had to go back to Spain, because we can't be like raising and lowering the legs, because it was very hard. It's like moving 10 pounds or 20. It was like extremely hard, and you have to be there like 2-3 hours. That's so impossible. So like this So thank you to Bulgaria and being there and the mean people and the nasty racist woman. I healed this part of me that made me feel stuck and unseen and insignificant. And then because I created space within me for something bigger and better, I manifested Greece. And if I didn't heal it, we could have gone back to Spain, or we could have stayed there, or I don't know. It's just like everything seemed dark. But I healed the darkness, and my biggest manifestation is being here in Greece. And everything has been so beautiful and magical in Greece. The total opposite of Bulgaria, the total opposite. In Bulgaria, no one looks at you, no one smiles at you. People are like, it's like weird, like no expression. In Romania, people smile at you, people look in your eyes, people are calm and chill, people speak English even though it's not perfect. It's very important for you to feel good and welcome and to feel loved. I just feel so loved here in Greece. I feel so welcome. I feel like I belong. I love it. So this is my manifestation story. Sorry that it took longer than expected to explain it, but that's my manifestation story. And then, so another question from Parisan. She says, thank you for sharing your experience and guidance. When I do Hooponopono, who should I say it to myself, or the person who's hurt me, or the divine? And another person asked a similar question. So let me just ask it or read it to you. Another question, this is from Bellanova. She asked, why are a lot of people now mentioning the person's name while doing Hooponopono? Is this a better method? I thought we were addressing the divine alone. Okay, well, I've always addressed the person, always since the very beginning, since 2018. I've been addressing the person, I've been addressing the thing, the pain, and it has always worked for me, always. I mean, if you can go back to my first videos of like manifesting my mean, toxic boss at my corporate job being nice to me, leaving me alone, and then manifesting a new job, and yes, manifesting maybe like similar vibe environments, even though I was working in another job or remotely, like it was better. Like the situation was better. I felt better. I felt more free, but there was still some lingering energy of the past, right? But like I was changing it, right? And then it just kept getting better and better and better. So Ho'oponopono, it's not like you just do it once and it works. It does work, but like there's layers of pain, layers of trauma, layers of that you need to keep healing and peeling off, right? We're like an onion. We need to maybe peel like 20 layers off. Keep doing Ho'oponopono. And then you get to the core. So I got to the core and about feeling insignificant, feeling unseen, feeling like the worst being in the world simply because of the way I look, the way I sound, you know. It took like, I guess, a long time, like 3 years of doing Ho'oponopono. I didn't do it every day. I didn't do it all the time, but like whenever something would come up, I would like do it because it was extremely painful. But yeah, it was like almost 20 years of dealing with racism, almost 20 years, so 19 years to be specific, of dealing with racism, of hatred, of being seen as insignificant in USA. So 3 years of healing for 20 years of feeling like this, that's a short time. So it just depends how long you've been in this trauma situation. So if it's 5 years, then it'll take maybe 1 year or 6 months. So it's not I mean, it is a shortcut depending how you look at it, but it is, I mean, it's not like a blue pill, you know. It's gonna take some time, but you're gonna start to see improvement immediately. You're gonna feel better immediately, not 100%, but maybe you're gonna feel 1% better. Then the next time you do Ho'oponopono, you're gonna feel 1% better. That's how it is. So I say it to the person, but I mean, if you want to look at the big picture, the divine is everyone. The divine is all. The divine is me, you, the dog, the grass, the sky, is everything. So if you're saying, should I say to the person or the divine is him, the divine is her, the divine is me. There's no separation. If you're saying it to the divine, you're saying it to him. If you're saying it to him, you're saying it to the divine. Whatever works for you, whatever makes you actually feel that you're feeling the pain, that you're releasing it, you should go that way. I feel like there's no right or wrong in regards. You just need to do it. Okay, then let's see. Another question which is pretty similar. This is from Raja Gopal Ramaswamy. My understanding about Ho'oponopono meditation based on the teachings of Joe Vitale is that the prayer is always said within your own mind and not directed towards any specific person, but you seem to be suggesting that it should be directed to an individual or individuals to resolve relationship issues. Can you please clarify? So why am I doing something different than Joe Vitale? I mean, Joe Vitale is not the owner of Ho'oponopono, right? Like, he interviewed the Hawaiian psychologist that made Ho'oponopono famous, but even that Hawaiian psychologist didn't invent Ho'oponopono. It was like his teacher, right? That I think already died. So like long time ago, Joe Vitale is just one guy, just like me. I'm just one girl who was using Ho'oponopono, and Joe Vitale used it in a different way. I can't remember the name of the psychologist, Hawaiian psychologist that healed an entire prison by just doing Ho'oponopono. Dr. I can't remember. Joe Vitale. Well, you can research it. But he also used it in a different way. And his teacher, which was a woman, it was actually the Ho'oponopono was like a whole paragraph like this that you needed to say in order to heal. And then that woman, because she saw that the world was changing, that like people weren't gonna do it anymore, that people needed short, that needed something quick, she channeled the 4-phrase prayer. I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you. And that was the new Ho'oponopono. That was actually the modern version of the original Ho'oponopono. So the tools have been changing over the years. It's not like it's just these 4 phrases from beginning. No, like it has been evolving. Ho'oponopono has been evolving. Some people don't even use the 4 phrases anymore. They just use maybe thank you and I love you. So now it's getting even shorter. And then there's gonna be new tools. And maybe there's gonna be a new modern 4.0 Ho'oponopono. You never know. So in my opinion, in my experience, use Ho'oponopono however you want. If you've seen results doing it a certain way, keep doing it that way. You don't have to do it the way that these other 10 people have been doing it and it works for them. Just do it your way. My way has always been, since the very beginning, saying it to a specific person, the person that caused me pain. I mean, you can try doing it to the divine. Honestly, I mean, I do feel also the healing, but it's not as intense as when I say it to a person in my head. I don't say it to a person directly, I say it to my head. So to answer your question, I say it to my head, in my head. And I say almost the whole thing in my mind. Like, I don't say almost anything out loud. And you can try it. I mean, you are your biggest experiment and see what works for you. But you're not gonna know if you don't try. So let me know if this is helping, if this is clarifying. Let me know if you guys have more messages or more questions in regards to Ho'oponopono. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And then here's the last question in regards to Ho'oponopono. This is in regards to my meditation, the jobless to dream job Ho'oponopono meditation. And Anusha Suresh asks, within how many days you got the results? It depends. It took me 3 years to finally heal. I don't think I've healed 100%, but I know I don't feel insignificant anymore. I know I don't feel unworthy because of my skin color or my accent, because of Bulgaria. So it took me 3 years. So it can take you 1 month, it can take you 1 year, it can take you 1 day. It depends how consistent you are with the meditation. It depends your background, like how much trauma, for how long you were in this trauma, for how long you were repressing it. but you will see like results immediately, like even if it's just like 1%. And if you don't see any, then try something else, but you will see it, because if you were attracted to this meditation and you felt something shifted, or like maybe you started to see that other people were having your dream job, or other people started to ask about something that you enjoy doing and they wanted to pay you, or they were interested if you do services, like that's a sign, like you're already moving the energy within you. Okay, guys, well, this was longer than I expected. I apologize, but I needed to do this video for you guys because you guys have been asking a lot about Hooponopono, and I hope this answered all of your questions for now. And if not, or if you have more, just write them in the comments below and I'll make another video to answer more of your questions. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.